Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today to raise the Nigerian flag. Today is Nigerian 64th independence. The city of Orange is the only city in the United States of America by the power of Mayor Warren that have raised Nigerian flag for 10 straight years. No other city have ever done it in the United States. So we owe a great deal of thanks and gratitude to the Orange. Okay. And also, Nigeria, the highest ranking elected African official to ever come to the states in New Jersey, to the state of New Jersey, came to Orange. And he was welcomed and signed the memorandum of understanding with the mayor of Orange. He's given a hand of applause. You know, in this world, it is not the size of a city, of a country, of a state that matters. It is what you do. If you look around the world, if you look at Israel is one of the most powerful countries in the world. They are probably like 15 million in population. If you look at Dubai, Dubai is like 7 million people. Look at Jamaica. The whole world knows them for reggae. So size should not be a restriction to do big things. You can be small and do big and great things. And that's what John Warren has been doing in the city of Orange. And we thank him for that. I'll call on, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Sonike. I've been the chairman of the Diaspora Commission for 10 years now. And I've done a lot of things with the media. We have somebody here to speak briefly about Nigeria, so that everybody here will have an idea about Nigeria. Let me just say something about Nigeria. Nigeria is the 5th most populous country on earth. People don't know that. If you put all the Caribbean countries together, it's not even up to the population of Nigeria. That's how big Nigeria is. There is a design clothes, but by looking at him, you can tell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am most delighted to be here this evening. But before I get started, I want to personally extend gratitude to Mayor Warren for all that he has been doing. I've been here to celebrate Nigeria all this time because of his vision. He has done exceedingly well to recognize Nigeria, particularly Anambra State of Nigeria. The governor was here to sign the agreement. Appoint the Diaspora Commission from Nigerian structure from Anambra State structure is no small feat. And we are very, very thankful because of the vision and steadiness. Let me say a few words about Nigeria. As we all believe, Nigeria is a very populous country, very wealthy country, but Nigeria can do more than she's doing. I want to use this opportunity to invite the leadership of Nigeria to understand and appreciate that our citizens strewn all over the world are expecting the country to take her place amongst the community of nations and start doing big, big things. Today we mark 64 years. I listened to the President's remark earlier today. He talked about numerous challenges confronting the nation. Equally spoke about a lot of things to celebrate. I just want to underscore that celebrating people must start with appreciating diversity. Diversity is what leads to unity, and unity ultimately leads to power. No nation achieves power without the unity of diversity. It's about time Nigeria begins to look towards that unity. And then it begins to appreciate the power she could wield around the world. As we celebrate her 64 years, we have to tell ourselves individually and collectively that we are not representing ourselves, rather we are representing a nation. And a nation that can do better, a nation that can be celebrated. Just as the United States, Nigeria could be represented and celebrated in the continent of Africa. If Nigeria gets it well and right, the rest of Black diaspora will get it right. So on that score, I just want to send a very mild message to the leadership of the country. We've got to do better. We've got to take our position. Let us not allow the next 64 to be the past 64. And that is all I have to say. Now, Warren, once again, I thank you so very much for all that you have been doing for this community and this country. Thank you exceedingly.
Good afternoon. Some people that the motherland came to arms when a number of states brought their dignitaries from Nigeria and sat in our council chambers and sat in my office. It was a historic honor for us to receive them and for us to pay homage to a people and to a legacy of freedom, of brilliance, intelligence, and wealth. If you look at Nigeria, you look at all the developing countries, you'll see that Nigeria leads the way in the financial sectors, in the resource sectors, and they are trying to become a global power so they can stand up and do right in the world. And certainly we are here to celebrate them today. My brother Carl, who started out with me as our diaspora chair, found that it was important that we look back to the entire diaspora to make sure that we connect with the original inhabitants of the earth and those who can steer us back to doing well in America. So thank you, brother, for all that you do for our community. This community is diverse. It is here for everyone. It recognizes everyone. I have a special place in my heart for Nigeria. My wife did her DNA testing and found that she was a large percentage of Nigeria. That is how she explains being a scientist and a doctor, because she thinks it has something to do with being from Nigeria. I'm not from Nigeria at all. I thought her success had something to do with me, but it is the gene that grows deeper than me. But in all seriousness, it is time for us to start to work together as a community and bring our resources and our talents to bear. And that is the only reason why I funded the High School Commission, because I didn't want to lose out on the talent and the resources that could be had when people live in our community. So as we open up our doors, we welcome you, and we fly this flag because not only me, but the entire city is behind us. Our city council is our council president, our council president, was here and leaves her best wishes as a representative of the city council. I do want to thank our police department because they make sure that when we get down to circumstances and celebrations like that, important that things be done orderly, that it be done safely, and it always spending the way to make sure that happens. So thank you to our director, Warren. She's really yellow for all that you do for our city. I do want to pay some special attention to the DPW Department, Department of Public Works, simply because without them, there is no poll and there is and there is no celebration. So, Department of Public Works, thank you for all that you do. To make sure that we have activities and celebrations and reaching out to young people to make sure this heritage grows. So I do want to thank them for all that they do. Department of Community Affairs, thank you very much for all of you. I'll turn it back over to you. But once again, thank you for celebrating with us. This is meaningful. Did we talk about Brother Gray? No, stand up and at least wave so you can see the face of this man. He was the senior administrator for the late Congressman Payne. He is back in Washington on the scene. He is important to me. I try to gravitate toward people in power because when we have to go down to Washington, D.C. and talk about issues and bring back resources, I go through him because he's been effective for so many years down there. Brother Gray, thank you for uplifting our community. Ladies and gentlemen, the good chair of our organization, I'm calling you. Carlos, you want me to sing or something? Because I can if you need. If you need. If you need. If you need. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. God bless. That Paul. Well, now, the next, what we're going to do now is we have 3 or 4 people here that we awarded for their service to the community, to the diaspora community. We have a young lady here. Um, when she comes up here in a second, everybody she has respect for girls. She does very well in school. Whenever she's engaged in anything, she wants to serve and help the community. Please, the first recipient is Township Opakfo. Um, as you can see, I'm sorry. As you can see, this community produces genius, and it's our responsibility and obligation to recognize this genius. Today, you see me here, but in a few years, it's very likely that you'll see this girl now taking the reins. Let's give her a congratulatory round of applause. I, I, I usually don't do this to students, but I want to make you say a word.
I kind of just found out that I was getting this award like yesterday, but I'm very grateful to everyone. Yeah, I definitely do try my best in school. It's not easy, but like I'm uplifted by like my friends and like my family too, so I'm appreciated to them and everyone here.
Well, powers in the house, give it up. Thank you. And then, this is one of the computer geniuses that powers the United States military. He's into computer, but what makes him very, very valuable is his community involvement. He's a man that looks after everybody. Come to him, whatever it is, he will make sure that your issue is resolved. Come up to me, Mr. Charles, not you. When you talk about people in the community that are bright and quiet, but when they walk in,
you know that they know something and can get things done. I won't tell you about all this military secrets he has embedded in the computer systems. But this is a black brother, and we expect a lot from him. Thank you, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Kyle, and thank you, Leah. I currently support a lot of policy steps, basically, and also have a program where I train young people who want to get into that workforce. And I've been doing this for a while now. A lot of people have gotten success on my program in my institution that I do. And I was also trying to get into speaking with someone from another country, actually in Hillside, to gain people on that program um, from a county or from a government perspective. So it's something that I'm currently working on. This is a way for me to get a lot of people off the street, a lot of people who are trying to get into IT to support different programs, federal programs, state programs, to be able to get into that cybersecurity world and kind of develop their skills and
Okay. Next week, we're gonna have a meeting. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have a meeting. Thank you very much. Okay. Last but not the least, this lady, she's a nurse by profession, but she's our mother. She's our sister. She's everything. She's our mother. One of those women that when they are present in the community, the community never lacks. The community doesn't lack in discipline, in knowledge, in health, gratitude, and in peace. I can't just say enough of this woman. Please give a hand of applause to Jenna Okafor. Excellence. We talked about walking into your purpose. And we talked about longevity of genius that's going to be producing for. When you talk about being humble, but caring, strong, and when you talk about a good sense of humor, thank you for what you do in our community. Thank you for standing up and being an example.
Thank you so much. It's really an honor for these presentation. I very respectful, and I'm grateful for that. And I intend and I hope to serve the community the more in my place of work and in things that I find myself doing. Thank you so much.
Next program is we're at the point in the program where it is time to raise the flag. Uh, we over the flagpole.